Good morning, students. Welcome to your video for Letter to God. This is chapter number 1 from the book First Light. Excuse me. It has been written by G.L. Fontes and it discusses actually the strength of faith and how can it make a change. So let's go. This is about a farmer whose name was Lencho, and he was basically a corn farmer who lived on a crest of a hill all alone, very secluded. You can see only a solitary house. They are standing at the top with no other dwellings nearby. This is a basic idea what we are going to read. Lencho's crop was destroyed by heavy rain, so he turned to God for help. He wrote to God a letter asking him to send him money. He received a letter from God along with some money. But who actually sent the money? What did Lencho do then? Let us read the story. This story was about an innocent person who strongly had faith in God and wrote a letter to God himself. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river, and next to the corral, the field of ripe corn dotted with the kidney bean flowers that always promised good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a rainfall, or at least a shower. It was during the meal, just as Lencho had predicted, big drips of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man mortified. I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white, as if covered with salt. We can see he was expecting a rainfall, and what arrived was a hailstorm, and his entire crop was destroyed. The entire field was covered with hailstones, and it seemed like the entire valley was covered with salt. Lencho is a man who is devastated because of the hailstorms that hits his farm and ruined almost everything. The corn was totally destroyed. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. That were the exact feelings of Lencho. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. So despite being a hard worker, despite being a farmer, somehow during his childhood, he was sort of an ox of a man. He knew how to work hard. He was simpleton, didn't apply too much of mind, but still somehow he had managed to learn how to write. Having full faith of God, he then wrote a letter to God. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow the field again and to live until the crop comes. Because the hailstorm, and he went on and on describing his misfortune to God. So far, we see Lencho was a very smart farmer, but fortune was not favoring him. It was rain dependent agriculture. Uh, so he needed water. He had no other source of irrigation other than rain, and he was waiting for rain, and rain did arrive. What happened? But as happens, nature can be friendly, nature can be an enemy too. There is a conflict between human beings and nature all the time, and this nature this time, instead of blessing, came with a bane. It destroyed the entire crop. The entire season's hard work went down the drain. Lenko was scared that his family would starve that year. Having no other option left with no neighbors who around to help him, he decided to seek help from the Almighty God, because he was instructed right from his childhood that God is omnipotent and omnipresent. He could see everything, and if you call him from a deeper conscience, he always responds. So Lenko decided to write a letter to God. Despite being a hardworking farmer who spent most of the time in the fields, he could write somehow. And he was a simpleton as well, wasn't very smart. Still, he wrote a letter, and he wrote a letter to God describing his plight, whatever suffering he was going through, and thereby he sought 100 pesos. Now, how would he use that 100 pesos? A part of the money would be used to buy seeds so that he could sow his fields again, and the rest of the money he would use it to survive till his next crop comes up. And he described how the hailstorm destroyed his hard work. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. The village postman opened it and read it. So what did he was troubled? He didn't know what to do. He wrote a letter, he put it inside an envelope. He didn't know the address of God, so he simply wrote to God and dropped it in the mailbox. The mailbox was opened by a postman, and he saw an envelope with to God written. He found it funny. He started laughing. He took it to the postmaster. The postmaster initially found it funny. He broke into laughter. Then he turned serious and he began to read the letter that was sent. The postmaster came up with an idea, answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. The postmaster then decided to help him and gathered everyone's money as an act of charity. Now what happened was postmaster was moved by the faith shown by Lenko, and he didn't want that faith to be shaken. Now a person had written a letter to God, he deserved an answer from God or reply from God. It was not so easy to reply to that letter, but because it needed more than just a goodwill, a good gesture, a kind gesture, or just a sense of appreciation. It needed money. But a letter without money meant nothing to Lencho. So postmaster decided to collect the amount. So whoever was around him, his co-workers, he himself contributed a part of his salary. Then he made it obligatory for his friends to contribute to an act of charity where they were helping a farmer who was ruined, almost on the brinks of being ruined. How could Lencho survive? Let's give it a thought. When the crops were destroyed, the land was on a hill. He had an option. If he was owner of the land, he could have sold the land and started working as labor somewhere. Or he could get some money, sow the fields again, and continue being a farmer, which is much more dignified compared to being a labor. So the money needed to be collected, and the postmaster made it a moral obligation for himself to collect the money and keep Lencho's faith intact. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos requested by Lencho. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the bills in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with them a letter containing only a signature God. So see, the amount was huge. 100 pesos was a big amount, and it was almost next to impossible for the postmaster to collect such a big amount in such a short time. So whatever he collected was, the total amount he collected was 70 pesos. He thought, okay, never mind. At least 70 pesos is better than nothing, and 70 pesos too is no small amount. It would help the farmer somehow to some extent. And he decided to put those bills, those notes inside an envelope. And instead of writing a letter on behalf of God, he just put inside a blank sheet of paper and he put a signature God under it. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him. So Lencho was expecting a reply because he had written to God. He has been told that God always responds to true call, and he had called from the deeper conscience of his heart. So he was sure he would get a reply, and he indeed get a reply. The postman handed over the envelope that the postmaster had set up to Lencho. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the bills. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Now the money was short. Initially, Lencho was not at all surprised. He was expecting the money because God would never deny him of what he had demanded. That was his faith. And when he found the money short, what did he calculate? He calculated, cannot make a mistake. If I had demanded 100 peso, why would he send me something short? Right? I have demanded what I rightfully need. So how can God send me money that is short? So he got very angry. Immediately, Lencho went up to window to ask for paper and ink. He was furious and immediately replied the letter. The letter fell into the mailbox. The postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lynch. See the irony in the story. The men who actually helped them were referred to as crooks by Lencho because his faith was such that God couldn't make a mistake. He must have sent 100 pesos. And since who were the medium? The post office was the medium. Obviously, the employees working here must have stolen it. He had faith in God that he had never seen, but he had no faith in human beings, fellow human beings whom he lived with. So this is the irony in the story in itself. There are several places where Lencho went wrong and his faith ended up being impure. Now I will give you some additional extra set of questions. You can take a screenshot and later try to answer these questions. I think this would cover all the value points of the chapter. Here is a fill in the blanks exercise. These days multiple choice question is the trend. So you can get fill in the blank questions with multiple choices given. You have to pick among one. Here I'm not giving you multiple choices. You have to think about it and pick it. Once you take a screenshot, try to solve this. And once you have done this, you can now check the answer from here and see how much of your understanding has developed. And that will be all for this video. You students take proper care and be safe and study hard. Thank you.